Why are you stabbing me with it?
That's a scene from a pretty potent and provocative movie, which is called Bully. It's a documentary. We've had an opportunity to speak to the director over the last couple of weeks, and also that young man who you see there in the shot. His name is Alex, and we talked to Alex and his parents last week. They did a screening, a special screening for teachers and policymakers and others because they wanted to see how they would be able to change the culture in the school. Randi Weingarten helped put that screening together. She's a president of the American Federation of Teachers and joins us this morning. It's nice to have you.
It's great to be with you.
Tell me a little bit about who was in the audience and what was the goal of bringing the screening together?
So the first great thing was, you know, we wanted to do the screening in advance of Friday's opening. It's opening in 45 cities because we need to drive people to see this movie. Teachers, parents, kids, and then to talk about it, because that is the way you change culture. So in the audience yesterday were teachers, parents, policymakers, kids, and a whole group of organizations sponsored it. Principally the NEA and the AFT, the two teacher unions, to basically say
National Education
Association and ours, the American Federation of Teachers, to say we must address this issue.
Why is it so critical for you? People might say, but you're educators. Let the people working on the bullying issue do the bullying issue. You do the education issue.
Because, look, kids deserve a safe and secure environment in school, in home, as they're walking to and from school in their communities. Kids are both resilient and fragile. And when kids get bullied, when they get taunted, when they have those kind of attacks at the age of this great fragility, middle school, for example,
they drop out.
It is devastating to them.
They drop out?
They drop out, they get inward, they get depressed, and you see the human toll on children. And, you know, so people will say, well, you can't teach kids if they're bullied. It's more than that. It's our obligation to make sure that people know that this is not a rite of passage, and we have to turn this around.
We talked to the kid who's sort of the subject of a lot of bullying in the film. Alex and his mom joined us on the set last week, and I want to play a little bit of what Alex's mom said when she went to see the assistant principal, who was, in a nutshell, no help whatsoever. Listen.
I've said many times before that I was embarrassed that I was getting bullied, and so the first thing to do would be to tell someone about it. And then if nothing gets done, then if it comes to the point where you have to stand up for yourself, do it. But unless, try to get other people involved first to stop it.
It's absolutely not acceptable. I mean, they're stabbing him with pencils and choking him, and...
Buses are notoriously bad places for lots of kids. I wish I could say I could make it stop on that, but I'm not gonna lie to you.
If you think about it, that's kind of an odd thing for an assistant principal. Buses are notoriously bad places for kids. It's like, it's not prison, it's a school bus.
But we had, look, we just honored last year one of our members, a school bus driver, Lee LeMasters, who was originally from West Virginia. He saw it, he stopped it. Like our little wristbands say, see a bully, stop a bully.
Was he authorized to do so as a school driver?
No, of course not. And he could have, you know, God only knows how he could have gotten in trouble. But what he saw, look, you have to use common sense.
So what's the goal with these? Hang on one second. Because what do you do? You're telling people, okay, one, obviously awareness is part of it. Right. What else?
So the goal of these wristbands and the goal of our campaign, you know, everybody's doing a different campaign, and the Bully movie is a very good piece of the awareness. But the goal of our campaign is for all of us to own a piece of this. So what we're saying is, if you're a school teacher, if you're a bus driver, if you wear a band like this, a wristband, and kids see it and know it, they know that you're safe. They know that you're a person that they can go talk to. And it's also an awareness by saying, see a bully, stop a bully. If we all actually start acting like this is no longer a rite of passage and this is unacceptable conduct, community-wise, we'll stop it and we'll change it.
Now, are there any schools with zero-tolerance policies against this, and why can't schools crack down much, much harder on an institutional, federally mandated level to make this happen?
So this is what's so, it's not complicated, but this is what's so hard, because sometimes, like, take this movie. the kids getting bullied ended up being the ones who were penalized the most.
Yeah.
Like Alex getting off the bus. What we have to actually do 3 things. There has to be awareness. There has to be a lot of education about, you know, that this is no longer a rite of passage. Awareness of that stories told to make sure that people know the human toll. But the third is the intervention strategies have to be about making sure there's a climate of safety in schools, both for the kids who've been taunted, but also for the kids who are bulliers. There's a big red flag there saying, I need some help too.
Sure.
The movie opens on Friday, as you say.
On Friday.
Nice to have you. Thanks for talking with us.